Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. I am Dalton, this is Armson Farms, and you are watching the Footlong Farmer YouTube channel. Here's what we got going on. We are finally done drilling wheat and triticale. Donezo. It's in the past. Done with that. What a feeling. That was a long couple of weeks, pushing pretty hard, but we got it done. So that is all done. We are down to our last field of corn. That one back there. It's a pretty good sized field, but with any luck, we'll probably be done tomorrow. And then we can get the rest of the pile covered. And then, yeah, holy cow. The fact that we got all our corn chopped and all of that done in that amount of time was pretty good. We are really happy with that. Once we're done with that, I will hop in the chopper and give you guys an update as to tons and moisture and all of that kind of stuff. Did have a pretty good talk with our nutritionist yesterday. He said we sampled our starter corn from this year that we're feeding now, and compared to last year's corn silage, the starch is significantly higher, which is good. The NDF was a little bit lower, so we are going to, because of the amount of corn that we have and haylage we have, we're going to add a pound of corn silage into the ration, but we're also going to add in half a pound of chopped wheat straw into the ration. That'll help slow the feed down a little bit. Being that the corn silage has a little lower NDF, you don't want it to go right through the cow. So we're going to put half a pound of straw in our milk cow ration, and we're going to also up the corn silage ration and decrease our ground cornmeal a little bit. That's purchased, so if we could decrease that, that will be excellent. That is due to the additional starch in this year's corn. So we're very happy with the corn so far and how it's testing. He was very happy with the cut length. The processing looks excellent. So all in all, it was a very good, quick little meeting that we had. We just had it out in the bunk while they were chopping. So anyways, guys, follow along. Not sure what we're going to get into today. I've got a lot of little things. We're going to bounce around and see where the day takes us. So follow along. Thanks for watching. That was pretty cool. They were spraying sweet corn out on 63 via airplane. So not a very good clip, but I figured I'd try to get a clip for you guys. Anyways, what we're doing right now, we're moving animals out of the fresh group and putting them down into the barn. These are animals that are 60 days or more in milk and ready to be bred. We've kind of gotten behind a little bit during corn doing this, so we've got about 40 to move. So here's how we do it. So we've got a list. Uncle Todd's up in the barn right now. He's got a list of how many days each cow is in milk. He's putting yellow paint on them. And then Caleb and Jose are sorting them out, bringing them out into here. I am writing them down. So I want to write them down, and I will write down what pen I put them in, so that way I can enter them into dairy comp. So we're bringing them out in groups of 10, and then I'll take them down that hallway over there, and I'll put them into one of the 4 groups, depending on how many animals are in each pen. So looks like they're starting to get a couple more out up here. They always wonder what's going on. They get so routine to when they come down here, they get milked. In reality, they just got back from the parlor a couple hours ago, so they're kind of confused. But either way, they got to go down in to Gen Pop. All right, so I just got the gate set up for group 5. I got this group of 20 recorded. So I'm gonna come up here, open up the gates, and we will bring these 20 down, put them where they gotta go. Of course, they're washing the parlor, so there's water down here. Always happens when we're trying to move cows, it seems. All right, ladies, come on now. Come on, girlies. Come on now. So I got a group of 10 there, and a group of 10 there. This pen needs 20, so. And they're all gonna go up there. Well, they think they're getting milked, but they're not. I would put this crowd gate all the way back to stop them from doing this, but the guys should be here soon to clean out the holding area. So I can't, the skid steer won't fit under the gate. Here we go, ladies. Here we go. Come on now. Down we go, down we go. Come on, old girl. She's a 3,000. You don't see a lot of those these days. That's an old cow right there. I got him, Jose. You can hear that airplane out here. Oh, he's right there. Buzzing around. It's a cool way to get them sprayed, though. That's for sure. All right, ladies, let's go make some new friends here. That cow up there's got red on her, too. She just got her feet trimmed yesterday. So red means they got to have their feet trimmed. There we go. Come on now. So that's pretty much the gist. I got to get 20 for group 3 and 20 for group 4. Group 2 is full, so no more room in there. But we will get the gates back set up to come over here. Oh, there she is. Bugsy. What are you doing? Huh? What are you doing, sweetheart? How's your day going? God, I love that cow. Also, guys, part of the reason we're moving them in groups of 20 is our parlor's a double 20. So we like to have the right amount of cows. So when they're milking, they always end up with a full batch at the end. Because if you get to the end and have 3 or 4 cows, you wasted a whole turn on 3 cows when you could have been milking 20. Which if you do that for each pen, that's 5 turns at, 10 minutes a turn. You lost almost an hour of milking time just because you were disorganized about the amount of cows in each pen. So that's why we're doing it this way. I think it makes sense. I don't know. The only downside to that is you got to keep track when you dry cows off how many cows come out of each pen each time. Otherwise, you end up with the same problem. All right, now I'm going to take my gibberish here, and we are going to enter it into the computer. Pen numbers. So that's all you do. You just go enter 2 pen numbers. Enter which pen. This group is into 3. So you click 3, and then you just go down through and enter all the cows that we moved into that pen. 5919, 3562, 6127. Nope, gotta type it right. And that's pretty much the gist. I'm just gonna go right down through and enter all these into dairy comp so we know where the cows are at all times. All right, guys, we got those cows all entered in the computer. 5429 here was feeling a little under the weather. It's got milk fever. So Tyler found the vein, and we are IVing some fluids, amino plus, dextrose, and calcium here to try to get her feeling a little bit better. She's still getting up and eating and stuff, but she's got cold ears and kind of in a goofy spot here. So the way that we do this, you tie their head back a little bit, and you hit that jugular vein right in the side of the neck there, and that's where you IV. Some farms I've seen will IV in the milk vein. I've never really loved doing that. That's a pretty serious vein. It's also harder to seal up, I found. So we always go in the jugular, but hopefully we can get this girl here feeling a little bit better. Alright, well, she is up, treated. She's heading right up to the feed bunk, so that's a positive thing. Tell she's kind of got a dead leg from where she's been laying on that side all morning, but either way, it's positive to see her head right up to the feed bunk. Also, a problem with the breed right now, we don't have a lot of these, but just posty legs is a real problem in Holsteins right now. There's probably a dozen on the farm that are like this cow, straighter than you'd like them to be, which doesn't help their mobility and getting up and down in the feed bunk either. But that right there is a very, very positive sign. So yes sir, good to have that cow up and eating. All right guys, so the next thing, I got to take this box spreader up to our other bunk down the road. It's where we put our starter pile. So at the very bottom of the bunk, we were about 4 foot short with plastic, so we just left it open. So Tyler's gonna bring up the loader. I'm gonna bring this up just so the spoilage along the edge we can load into this. Generally I'd have a big 4-wheel drive on this spreader. They're all busy, so the 4840 is making it happen. It's a lot of weight for it when it's loaded right down with pack manure, but it gets the job done. She's a good starting old girl. We just rebuilt this tractor last year, so the fire's right up, but we're gonna get this done, and then I gotta put this tractor on the straw grinder and grind up straw today as well. So this is how the day's going. Feels good to be out of the drill and doing some of this other stuff. All right, so this is what I was talking about, this little bit of garbage here. Not the most proud of that, but what are you gonna do? We didn't have any scraps and we weren't about to break into a new piece for 4 feet. Really, it's probably only a couple loader buckets. And I'm hoping, you know, get 3-4 foot into that and it should be pretty clear. So Tyler's bringing up the loader now. We could put these big tires in his loader bucket and we'll get all this garbage loaded up and dive into this pile here. So, yep, that's what we're up to. All right, while I was waiting for Tyler, I got all the small tires back and cut the plastic. So you can kind of see no spoilage. That's the problem with this pile. We were having shear bar issues to start off with. So you got quite a bit of this long stuff. The cows are going to sort that out, but oh well. It was the same thing with the starter pile that we were just feeding out of. And that's the results I was telling you about this morning. That is, this stuff should test the exact same. It's the same field, same day, same everything. So higher starch, lower NDF. But other than that, it looks like really, smells really good. It's just that long stuff that's gonna bug me, but oh well. This is the last of that. Like I said, it was just that first day of chopping. Getting that shear bar set up there. I don't know exactly what was wrong with it, but there was some kind of an issue with the shear bar and it was letting that longer stuff through. The processing still looked really, really good. Just letting those husks through. So I'm glad they got that straightened out, but yeah. Dive into this. Hopefully Tyler's up here soon so we can get all these off of here. 4840, what a unit. What a unit. This is the barn. I don't exactly know how it works. The neighbors own it. I don't know if we pay them to, you know, per animal or a monthly fee for it. I don't really know, but we bring up the feed every morning. So this is the feed that'll get fed to these guys. I think there's 80 or so heifers up here. They take care of them. They clean the barn and do all the feeding and everything. While we're waiting, we could check on them. What do you think, ladies? Huh? What do you think? This barn's got a feed bunk down the middle of it there. So these are pre-springing heifers. So they're pregnant. Once they're confirmed pregnant, they come to either this barn or our barn that's up by our grain bins. They look happy. Definitely healthy. That's a round bunch up here. Look at that big mama. Holy moly. Yeah, you too. All right, well, Tyler's still not up here yet with that loader. I ended up just rolling the big tires over so he could just scoop them up and take them out back to the pile. But what do we got? There you go. That'll get the job done. Yeah, so I ended up just moving the tires, cutting plastic, so he can bring the loader up and just kind of back drag the top a little bit, and this bottom, he can get it loaded on. He can bring the tractor and spreader home because he's got to leave that loader up here, so that way we have something to load our trucks with in the morning when we come to get it, to haul it home. I am going to go over, the Eagle is done. The Eagle has landed. PTO is all fixed up, so we're not leaking oil anymore. So I'm gonna take that home. Tyler can bring that home. Leave the loader up here. So another job checked off the list here. You can really see how dry we are. Look at how dusty that is. Another thing on my to-do list I gotta get done here. See this little bare spot here? And in through there, it's just thinner, but down there it's bare where it was really wet when we drilled it. I'm gonna take out a little hand rake and scratch the surface of that and just throw a little seed on that. Try to fill that in a little bit. Also, it's pretty compacted right there. When we built this lagoon last year, this is where all the trucks were dumping their stone and everything else like that. You can see there is seed there, it's just thin, so I think if I scratch it up and throw a little bit of seed on it, we should be in business. I'm just coming up here to park this truck up here out of the way. Fall has arrived. The leaves are changing for sure. Other than that spot, the entire field looks really, really good. I'm excited to see it once that spray kicks in. He sprayed to kill all the volunteer wheat this week, so that'll be pretty nice to have that. Straight, clear alfalfa for next year. All right, well, that'll do. On my to-do list at some point, I got to get the sand cleaned out of this semi. It is heavy for being an empty truck, so got to get that done at some point. All right, guys, had a quick hour or two. Figured I'd come out and get this last triticale field that I drilled rolled. We do want to roll all our triticale and all of our wheat ground, just to push any stones down in. Get that dirt to kind of flip over the ridges that the drill makes. Kind of flips it over and kind of flicks a little bit of dirt on top of the seed, so you get that good seed to soil contact. And like I said, just smoothing it out for when the mowers and combine come through makes a pretty big difference. Also, get those rocks. You'd be shocked how many rocks you notice when the drill or when the roller pops up over them. You can tell on this hood, we blew a really big hydraulic line on this a couple weeks back, and there apparently is still oil on it. The dust is sticking to it pretty good. It is filthy. So this machine is going to need a major bath when we are done, but this 8850 is a beast. It definitely is more than enough tractor to pull that roller, but you're able to put it in C3 and just kind of walk along. You're never spinning on seeded ground. You're never lacking power. And you're really burning probably less fuel than a smaller tractor, but it is what it is. It was available, and it's good to get this tractor out here. and put some fuel through it to keep everything fresh in it. So yeah, we just got to get to this little corner right here, and then this field will be all set, and we can head back and figure out what we are going to do next. I know a couple of the truck drivers had to head home a little early today, so potentially we'll be hopping into a truck. I also know I've got to chop straw yet with our bale grinder because we are about out of that in our commodity shed. So that's got to get done today. So whether that's me or, I don't know, Tyler or Jack or somebody, not sure. But either way, there's plenty to do. I just wanted to get this done because this is actually the only field of triticale that's not already up. Once it is sprouted, you do not want to roll it just because it could potentially injure the plant. So got to get it rolled before it comes up. Tomorrow, a couple truck drivers will not be here. Tomorrow should be our last day chopping corn. And we're gonna need both tractors on the pile. So I'm gonna either be in a truck or on the pile tomorrow. So I had to get this done today because I'm assuming by tomorrow night, this will be up out of the ground. That's why we pushed to get this done right now. So yeah, just rocking on, but about got her spanked out here, so hell yeah. All right, guys, back at the farm now. I got this pile to spread with box spreader 4840, so that way I can unhook the box spreader and put the 4840 on that roto grind. So I'm gonna get picking away at this here. Just gonna take it across the road. That tractor doesn't love it. You can see how close to the ground the jack is, and this is empty. So it's definitely more spreader than tractor. So I just wanna get this spread close to home so we can get it unhooked. Down and working here on these hills. Minute and 45 seconds. Big load of back manure. There's your spread job. It's a heck of a spreader. It needs a little bit of TLC, but it still does a nice job. Well guys, I got all the pack manure spread, got that 4840 unhooked, and I got it put onto the bale grinder. I'm just waiting for Caleb. He's got to load the feed truck one more time today. Then I can have the loader to do that, but I am sweating. It is hot out there. It's in the 80s. So I'm actually enjoying just a few minutes here in the barn nice breeze. It's definitely the place to be on a hot day. But yeah, that's probably going to do it for today's video, guys. Just going to be chopping straw over there. Maybe I'll throw a clip up of that, just a quick little clip. Actually, here, I'll show you a cow. Who doesn't love to see a cow? In my last video about classification, I mentioned that one of my favorite black cows went 91 points. This is her. She's a Trojan daughter. Not sure what lactation. If she's 4,000, she's probably a third lactation cow. I'm really happy the classifier made her excellent 91. She's not the biggest cow in the world, but deep and wide. She's clean through the head and neck. And she's got a welded on udder. Now, she was just milked here not long ago, but she's just a good cow. The way that she walks, and again, for her age, she's a 4,000. Ear tag says 12 with 17. So that makes her, you know, she's a 7 or 8 year old cow that's lived in a freestall. So to be like that, I'm really happy that the classifier made her 91 points. You can see she walks uphill. I'll try to get over there a little bit closer to it. You know, just got a real nice, of course they're gonna fight over the water now, but just nice, hard over the top, walks uphill, deep, just a good milk cow. That makes me really happy, because 9 out of 10 times when we classify, you end up slightly discouraged. Classifiers do not like commercial cows. I'll just call them out as I see it. They're supposed to grade on an even playing field. They would much rather be on a farm that breeds based off of type, which is understandable. I mean, if that's what you do for a living, of course you're going to be biased. But there are animals in this barn that definitely stand out. Welded on udders. You know, if you were to take them and fit them and bag them and put them in some of these other herds, I guarantee you get 4 or 5 more points out of a lot of these cows. So it made me really happy that this guy was not biased, that he made some cows that were deserving of the points where they were supposed to be. That cow to be a 91 point cow. I think Trojan's just a Gen X bull, to be honest with you. I don't know. But I think she's a Gen X bull. Just the fact that he made her 91 points makes me really, really happy. So shout out to that guy for not being biased. So anyways, guys, I think we're gonna call it a day there. Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe, like, bell button. And sorry, there's a cow jumping over there. Yeah, so hit those buttons and share the show out. We'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.